Can I get some healing?
I'm just gonna.
Ana?
I'll drop behind them. I don't give a fuck, dude.
Ana, can I get some healing?
Let me know when they go main choke. Everybody else should be on point. Play point. Sorry, go play point with them. I'm sorry.
Need a doctor. Need a doctor.
They might be going left. They might be going left behind us. Maybe.
Come back to your healers, they said. It'll help, they said. What's up, guys? It's your girl Scrubbles here, coming at you with another video of me reacting to Sam's Roast My Gameplay episode 2. If you haven't already checked out the original video, it is linked in the description. Go check it out. Leave a like on the video. Leave a nice thank you to Sam for deciding to help me try and get out of silver now. He said that his goal is to try and help me get to gold, so that would be amazing if we can climb that high, but at the very least, it'd be nice if we can improve as a player. Also, if you haven't already left a like on this video, please do so. Subscribe if you're new as well. I would greatly appreciate it. So the video that Sam decided to review this time is one that I actually played on stream. So if you're looking to get kind of like my raw reaction and everything during stream of what was happening, then be sure to check that out. The link is in the description below as well. So this video is basically just going to be me going over that again, so you don't have to watch two videos, as well as some other things that I was subconsciously thinking, but I wasn't actually saying out loud too. So without further ado, let's just jump into the video here. So the same way that we started off last video, I wanted to show you guys my profile, show you where I'm at in terms of my SR. So right now we're sitting at 1625 for damage, which is pretty good. Hopefully we can get it up a little bit higher, but yeah, moving on from that, let's just jump right into Sam's Roast My Gameplay episode number 2.
Poking out the Torbjorn as she run. Oh my god, you're feeding! You're feeding, Scrubbles. You can't do this.
We do be feeding though.
Sam, better known as Samito here. Welcome back to the channel today for another episode of Roast My Gameplay. The first one was so well received. We are back with more Scrubbles gameplay. The good news
That's me.
Is got out of bronze. She has gotten out of bronze.
Hopefully we stay out.
Silver now. Her link will be down in the description, as well as the Florida Mayhem YouTube channel. Go check both of them out. If you're new to this channel as well, be sure to subscribe. If not, thank you so much.
Listen to what he says, subscribe, leave a like on this video, and mine as well if you wouldn't mind.
Let's get right into the gameplay. We got some Torbjorn on Eichenwald.
Love playing Torb.
You don't put your turret down at the start of the fight. It's a bad idea because it'll just get broken really easily and you won't get any value from it. So you kind of want to
and it did.
Drop it on an off angle in the middle of the fight.
Sam's all about the off angles. They're really valuable though. And the Genji goes and destroys my turret here. I had heard that there was a Doomfist who was trying to flank, so hence why I was looking around trying to find him, and instinctively I just popped my E. I probably shouldn't have popped my E there, but I wasn't sure where the Doomfist was, so I just kind of panicked and did that. So note to self, don't panic and just hit abilities. There he is. So then I go, I shouldn't have rushed him like this. It was just me and the Ana. I should have known he was going to charge me. Yeah.
Why are you putting a turret into the wall? Like, this is not gonna shoot anything at all. Why would you do that? What is that?
Okay, let me explain myself. So I'm gonna keep the just bronze things here, even though I am technically silver, because this was a bronze moment, and this just goes to summarize my whole game sense and everything. I love playing Torb. He's really oppressive at this rank, so I try to play him, but I don't know everything about him. There's definitely a lot that I need to learn and everything, like my turret placement. What I was thinking in this moment was that I believe our tank had gone down, someone else had just respawned or something like that, and I knew that the enemy team was pushing in. So I was just thinking I needed to put my turret down. I wanted to essentially have the people who were moving around here to the left to have something to distract them by, as opposed to focusing on me, try and buy some time, because I kind of knew that we were going down here, that we were going to lose this fight as soon as my Rhine went down, so it was lost. I should also note too that this was a 6-stack. I used the looking for group feature. It's definitely not like matchmaking and everything, just random matchmaking, so there was a little bit more coordination to this game, which was good. Everyone was super nice, and you know, we all played our best and stuff, but this was just bronze things, to be honest with you. I thought it was good. I thought it didn't really matter, the turret placement, to be honest with you. I thought the head of the turret would just kind of turn around like in a 360 swivel, if I'm quite frank with you. Just bronze things, just stupid things, so I thought it would distract the enemy team, but yeah, so that's a good roast. That's a good roast.
I'm trying to do. Come on, Scrubbles.
I know.
You want to put that turret on an off angle. She is going to pop the overload. Look for targets, gonna be kind of poking down for this ultimate as the Mercy goes down to the Genji. Doomfist is coming in on the flank. A nice punch coming out from that Doom. He's gonna all in onto her. She's gonna look to finish.
And we lost the fight.
She's gonna go down.
Yeah.
As Torbjorn is everything, right? Like, you got pretty much no value from both turrets in a row because you just put them right in front of people or in positions where they can't actually shoot anything, right? Like, especially in lower ranks, if you can get your turret like back here, right? So it shoots them if they dive onto you. Like, they have Genji Doom. The Genji Doom are gonna dive into you and waste their cooldowns because it's low ranks, right? And then you can bait them into your turret LOS. But instead, you just like threw it literally like into this. Like, you're not gonna shoot anything.
There's also the barrel.
Swap back onto the McCree.
I swapped back onto the McCree. I swapped back onto the McCree because I was like, okay, they have a Doomfist and they have a Genji. We need more CC. Torb is an okay pick with his turret and everything, but obviously my turret placement isn't the greatest, so we immediately switched off of Torb. We just got, you know, hard countered there, and we went to the McCree, went for the stun and everything. So yeah, we made the switch.
Her aim was actually pretty good, but
it's okay.
It was just a good game. Like, we don't know. I haven't seen too much more of her McCree gameplay.
Fair enough.
She's spending too much time flanking, and this footage she has had time to review our previous episode.
I did.
Of Roast My Gameplay, as she's just kind of sitting here doing nothing. Like, you're just sitting, like, go up.
I was taking some pop shots. That's a very good point. I'm not providing enough forward pressure. I was trying to see if I can get an off angle because he talks about off angles. And I got one lucky one on the Baptiste, but
it's just where you're playing is just never good for your team. You need to be way more active in the fight.
Yeah. Trying to hit some shots here. Again, they had won that fight. Maybe if I was with my team more, then we could have held it a little bit better. But yeah, noted. Yeah. I tried. Oh gosh, we're gonna keep the just bronze things for this whole thing. I tried to get back to my team, so I pressed my roll to try and get back to my team to drop down towards my healers here because the diva had dived on me, but the diva was just large and in the way. They were just large and in charge, so I just rolled right into them. I think I do it again later on. It's not a great thing, just a waste of an ability. You're not gonna be able to roll through them, Scrubbles. So just bronze things again. But I did try to roll towards my team, so we learned that from last time. Wanted to stun the Doom. Definitely wasn't gonna drop. Had a Mercy Pocket. I stopped shooting when he deflected.
Nice. Good play. That is what you need to do with the high noon. She gets a third.
So we had gotten three. And I popped the high noon even though my team didn't want me to. I went back and I watched the stream from when I played this game. My team didn't want me to. They were quite upset that I popped the high noon despite the fact that I killed half the enemy team. They wanted me to save it. And I didn't really understand why. I had a perfect angle. I had so many people that were right in front of me and everything. The only reason why I understood was I believe that there was two people still running back. I had seen them coming up onto the bridge, and so then that's why I decided to pop it. But it worked out in the end, I suppose. But yeah.
That is McCree, as she misses literally every single shot. As I say that, it's your decision making that's bad. Look at how fast that high noon was, guys. This is so much better than your previous McCree high noons. You see how much faster you're using the ability? This is what you need to do. You cannot dodge.
Yeah, so our Sombra was running back, and then I think our Rhine was running back too. Someone else was.
Because look at how little time this team had to react to you. Look at how they couldn't kite anywhere out. You had good positioning, and you quickly capitalized.
Immortality, you know.
3 people. Really good play altogether there. As she's gonna chase down the baby diva.
Would have been fatter.
Oh, hey, okay, we got the baby diva here.
No one survives. This hurt. I was asking in comms for the Ana to heal me, and she still wasn't healing me. I'm standing right in front of her. Nothing. Yeah. And I asked her, I even said, like, I need a doctor. I wasn't getting it. No one else was that low. The Pharah had the Mercy on her. I needed heals. That hurt. I was trying to make my supports' lives easier, but it didn't really work out, I guess, because they still didn't heal me. Just bronze things. And as a result of that Ana not being able to heal me, it stalled me being able to go back up onto high ground and controlling the high ground like Sam always really wants me to. So I was quite frustrated in that moment by that, and it kind of lingered with me for a little while afterwards too, to be honest with you. I kind of lost a little bit of faith in my Ana. Hindsight 2020, I shouldn't have waited so long for the Ana to heal me. I should have just gone and tried to get a health pack right away. So yeah, ask for heals once. If you don't get them, move on, I guess.
They will win the fight as she does finish off the Genji, but you should look what happens. You're dead, right? You're
yeah.
dead. You lost this engage before the fight even started because
I wanted to be on high ground by that point. I didn't get heals. I would have been in castle.
Had you been holding high ground,
I wanted to be up there.
Cooldowns up here, and then while he used them, drop down to your healers and kill them on the way.
Yeah.
If you allow a Doomfist,
that was my mentality.
To you, same with Genji, without using any cooldowns whatsoever, they will use all 3 of their cooldowns on you and get a guaranteed kill. The best way to counter Doomfist is to deny him space before the fight starts. Looks like they are going to be able to
noted.
Scrubbles is going on to another long flank here by the looks of it. Not necessarily a bad one as she
just trying to control high ground was my mentality.
Breaks the immortality field, looking for the Zarya. You should be looking for the healers first. That's a huge anti-nade.
It was a big anti, so I dropped down. I saw it on the Ana. I wanted to separate the Ana from our team. And my team cleaned it up, which is fantastic.
It's 100% her decision making and her inability to make decisions quickly that holds her back as a player. It's not
true.
Just mechanics. Decision making is
right now we're really focusing on positioning.
In Overwatch,
I'm moving my mouse, my crosshair around because I'm explaining to my chat that as I was standing in front of that Ana, that I was like waving around, moving around, being like, please heal me, saying in voice, please heal me and stuff. So that's why my crosshair was moving there in that moment.
That's what we like to see. She's gonna chase down this baby diva.
I couldn't believe this. I was like, what?
No stun needed, folks. And she is gonna be set up on the high ground. This is perfect. This is exactly where you need to be at. She's gonna get the headshot onto the Ashe and kill her quick. Baptiste's coming up to duel her as well. Don't want to duel this girl. She's got some pretty good aim, and she's gonna be looking for more. Peeking the middle of the bridge. Baptiste jumps up into the middle.
Missed my shots on the BAP. Feels bad.
And she's gonna have the high noon here. I'm curious what she's gonna do. We need to see her be faster and more.
Didn't see anyone there to pop it like last time. I saw this ledge. This ledge looked wide enough that I thought that I could stand on it and just get some pop shots as the team was rounding the corner. Look how well that turned out for me. Nope, didn't work. Lost my high ground. And I lost the high ground. And we lost the fight this time. I was too far away, missed my stun on the nano blade. If I was on top of the high ground there and I didn't lose my high ground and the diva didn't immediately take that space, then that's where I would have tried to pop the high noon, which would have worked a little bit better, provided that the Doomfist didn't try to come up and challenge me while the Genji was nano blading. But I felt like I had a pretty good line of sight onto everyone from up there, so I really wanted to try and maintain that. But I just didn't know that I was just gonna fall off the edge there. That ledge really looked like it was wide enough for me to stand on, so lesson learned.
If you know that they have Nanoblade and you have High Noon as McCree, what you want to do is you want to bait your team here.
I probably would have tried to use it on high ground.
Okay, I'm gonna Nanoblade. I need to get
if I could have stayed up there.
And you just come back here and play. Basically forcing this Genji to choose between coming to you.
But this is also a really interesting angle that I never really considered, to be honest with you. I think that it's really interesting positioning, and it's a really good piece of advice that I'm definitely going to be implementing going forward as best as I can and stuff, especially where I had accidentally fell from the high ground. This would have been, you know, the second best option, or maybe even the best option to pop the high noon, as opposed to doing it from the high ground where I was trying to maintain.
High noon from here, and we watch what happens, right? The Genji is gonna go in with the Nano Blade, and you're just gonna kill him because his first instinct is not gonna be to look for the McCree here. You can high noon him and get free value. This is a free kill. If you choose to play here on an off angle from the blade, and your team is here, and you've popped the high noon as he goes up, even if he kills one, you're gonna get the kill on him after, and then your Mercy's gonna res, and you're gonna win the fight. Little tips and tricks coming out for your boy there. That's how I deal with the Nano Blade.
It's a good tip.
They are gonna, please don't try to contest this. This is not gonna.
My teammates, and you can see this if you wanted to go back to the stream. My teammates had said to touch, and so I was like, okay, you say touch, I go and I touch the point. So again, I dived back into the diva because the diva was obviously trying to contest it. So I had done that, and I believe my Ryan was right behind me. But of course, they all see me. I'm gonna die. I get antied. That is a feed, 100%. I was listening to my team. I got the big res though. I have high noon, break field, fat shatter, I instantly think to try and high noon that.
This can only happen in silver, dude. This literally, this is the most
Yeah.
silver thing of all time. I guess that's what they get for running Zarya.
I left the diva go. Feels bad.
Fat slam, a fatty shatty to close out the defense there. They do have one fight left. You should be taking space and looking for picks on the rotation on the high ground now. That's what I hope.
I was trying to take some picks on rotation. I saw the Moira. My teammates had wanted me to turn backwards and go back this way. However, I was like, they're down a healer right now. If people are pushing you guys, they're down at one of their main healers. I think they had Brig for their other healer. I was like, it is worth it for me to stay and for me to focus on this Moira, especially because I had landed a couple of good shots on her and stuff too, and try and get the kill, but we don't land the kill, unfortunately.
One more. You can do it.
She faded out of it. You do. Looking for anyone else who's gonna rotate? No. Zarya's here. Stunner. Don't get anyone. Moira fades into me. Again, happened last time too. Aggressive Moiras. My team was also very upset that they had popped the Bob. I thought it wasn't a bad play, to be honest with you. We're in overtime and stuff. If we can hold, then great, I guess. So I didn't think it was bad at the time. It might not have been the greatest because, I mean, they have Blade. We don't really have much for ults. We have a Shatter coming up again if the Rhine can get to it in time and stuff. But it's really, really risky play, to be honest with you. But it worked out in the end.
Bob gets one.
It's not necessarily the right play to make, though, as a result. I was focusing on this Moira. Scuffed my shots. I wasn't gonna pop it on that.
This rank is actually just a giant shit show.
It really is. It's a death match. It sucks.
We're headed over to the offense here now.
There's not much strategy. The strategy is to kill. I'm trying to get better at my soldier gameplay, so I went to soldier.
You want to be aggressive on the off angles, especially against double shield. That's how you
Reaper behind me. I go down.
Drops really quick. Not much you can do there. He just got the better of you.
I call out to my team that the Reaper's behind. I don't believe the Reaper actually died despite my callouts and stuff, so he was just poking away at my healers, poking away at my tanks and stuff, so that was pretty frustrating that we just let him go unpunished and stuff during that moment.
The thing you can do there is just check your corners and make sure to check your corners. That's just a habit you got to get into.
Yeah. Pressuring shields. Don't have any tanks near me. Reaper's coming back. Punished him a little bit, but he didn't die. Wraithed out. Waiting for our tanks to come back. Breaking shield. So I had seen this Reaper who was also trying to flank again, and I was frustrated that he went unpunished last time. So my dumbass said, we need to be focusing this Reaper. I called out the Reaper on the flank. I just ran into him like an idiot. This is, again, just bronze things. I should have had way more distance. I know that he's better at distance and stuff. I was just frustrated that no one else seemed to be caring about these DPS in our backline, because if we get a couple of picks from the DPS who are trying to flank us, then we have that man advantage to push forward onto point. So it was frustrating that the rest of my team had tunnel vision just going forward onto point, that they weren't focusing on what was behind them, and so I just felt like I had to do something about it. But I mean, running and feeding your brains off isn't gonna do anything to help your team. So we die here, obviously. It's stupid. And there was both of them behind.
If you see a Reaper, you
yeah.
do not run straight into him.
Obviously.
Mid-range, okay, guys? So
yeah.
That is a hard feed.
It's a hard feed.
This is just throwing. You do not want to do this. You want to stay back around the mid-range and shoot him down. Like, if you see him there, you just wait. You don't run right into him. So we're coming back about a minute straight of just hard feeding as the Orisa does go down.
And my team goes down.
Oh my god, you're feeding! You're feeding, Scrubbles.
I was definitely feeding in that moment. Again, second time that Reaper was just behind us and nothing happened to him. He's still alive. He's at 79% ult charge, and I was just kind of frustrated. I shouldn't have run in there. Usually I'm better at realizing how many of my teammates are left alive and stuff. So that just was a big feed and everything, but I was trying to get my teammates' attention to focus on peeling behind.
Scrubbles. You can't do this. Slow down.
You can't.
Use that biofield. Listen, Soldier is fast. That does not mean you just run into the entire enemy team and die off cooldown, all right? You got to slow it down. Slow your pace down a little bit. Use
True.
that biofield, that self-healing, and use that regeneration to poke them down. Use that
And 2 of our people went down. An Echo too on the ground. Unfortunate.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Again, they're focusing on our backline where our tank's ulting forward. Our tanks really had tunnel vision here. It's unfortunate. That's why I switch.
You need to be playing a little bit farther back and more rotating to the sides to get that damage off.
So at this point, I believe it was my Sigma, I want to say, who was upset at the fact that he wasn't getting healing as he was trying to tunnel vision and push forward. So I was quite frustrated saying to him that we needed more peel behind to play things a little bit more slow, to kind of hold our position underneath the bridge, wait for their DPS to try and flank us, kill their DPS, and then we can push forward. So that's why I switched to the Kree off of the Soldier. I really didn't have any angles, like off angles, that I could take with Soldier here because they were peeling behind. I could have stayed farther behind, more so towards here, if I wanted to stay on him, but I felt like the stun on the Reaper or the Torb, if you wanted to try and flank again too, would be really beneficial to try and just kind of stop them in their tracks, make them freak out a little bit, and then push away from us so we could push forward in the end. That's why I made the switch.
So you know the Reaper and the Torb would have been sitting behind you the whole game. You need to be checking your corners and waiting for them to come in to stun.
And there he is. Stun him, and he rates out.
Finish him off. You did force him out, which is good enough, as they are going to try to push through the choke here. She's right-clicking the shields as much as she can. Duplicate comes out. Orisa uses the goal, meaning that in 2 seconds she will be punishable. Now you go for this Orisa. Nice. That's really, really good. You want to track cooldowns. Good stun coming out there onto the Reaper.
And the Reaper finally dies. Big cool. I tell my team to move left. Wasn't sure where that Moira went. A couple of my team went right though. It's a bit tough. I didn't see the Torb behind me. After, I believe, like the first shot, I had heard him behind me. I was a little bit more confused as to where the rest of my team was. 2 people went to the right. Not sure why when I called out to move left, since their whole team was to the right. And so we were staggered at that point. And then the Torb just kind of flanked behind me. It was just really unfortunate.
This Torbjorn might be able to clutch up the fight because you weren't listening to what was behind you, and you gotta be aware. It's a really, really important thing to learn as the Reaper does go down.
It is an important thing to learn, and I feel like a lot of the people in lower SRs don't realize it. This was a terrible, terrible, terrible ult from the Sigma, and I see this so often in lower ranks where they just ult to try and save a fight. They think that their ult is really going to save the entire fight and stuff, to be honest with you, especially a Sig ult where at best if you open up with it you're going to get them for half damage and they're just going to heal up. You need to drain their resources before you really use it. I personally think it's best used in mid fight, but so I was quite upset. As you can see, our Monkey's down, our Echo's down, and our Sigma is trying to ult when we're not all here and their whole team is posted up onto point. I thought it was not a good use of that, but here we go. Trying to stay near my Moira. I see the Sigma's on him. I try and help my healer. And our Sigma goes down from the Torb turret. They were upset about the Torb, so I was happy I got him.
Right? Your goal against an
This was great advice.
Fortify with your abilities, and then after the fortify is done, that's when you get aggressive onto that Orisa, right? Because she won't die when she has fortify up. But if you can force the fortify early or force the Wraith form early, you can then punish those characters after they've used them. That is a crucial part of Overwatch. If you want to improve, you need to learn to track enemy cooldowns, force those cooldowns early, and then punish targets after they've used the cooldowns.
That's really good advice. That was probably my favorite piece of advice that he gave me throughout this whole review. Honestly, I've tried my best to track ults and stuff, enemy ults. I try my best to look at kill feed so I know who's up and who's down, and everything, to figure out a player advantage, disadvantage type scenario. However, I never really thought about tracking abilities and stuff. I would track abilities in terms of, okay, does someone have a heal or not? Does Tracer have the recall or not, essentially? Stuff like that. But I wouldn't necessarily track it on like tanks and stuff, and utilize that to know when to push forward and when to, play a little bit more passive and stuff. So that's gonna be really good to implement going forward too.
Essential to growth, and you will not climb if you do not do this. I'm going to stress this point right now. You will probably climb 500 SR in one day if you are willing to learn how to track enemy cooldowns and punish them after you force their cooldowns. We are coming into last fight here. She gets pulled, and you cannot stagger right now. It's
no, we didn't want to. I couldn't believe that our Ana got this Orisa, to be honest with you. I thought that they were feeding by being out in the open.
Nice.
Force the Wraith.
That's a really good kill. You need to break that turret as soon as possible in the fight. You need to break the turret. Break the turret. Oh boy. No, she hadn't learned. That's not what you want to do there. Listen, that is not a bad
Luckily, our Hammond had broken the turret and stuff, so it worked out well for me. I probably would have gone down if I hadn't have broken the turret, because the turret would have just been really hard focusing me, and I would have just, you know, high nooned out in the open and stuff. So that worked out to my advantage. This was the last fight and stuff. I was just trying to get any angle that I could to pop my ult, if I'm quite honest with you. It worked out, but it might not work out in the end. Someone had also said in the comments that this is the example, a prime example of, you know, winning, but it not being for good reason, in the sense that we didn't play our best and stuff. And it's true. It happens sometimes, but there's still a lot to take from this game, and there's still a lot that you can learn from it too.
But this is the exact time we said you couldn't do, Scrubbles. You
Yeah.
can't be doing this.
It was a panic one.
Through the park. All the time that you took to flank here into an angle where you're completely exposed, and if they had their damage alive, you would die. You could have been shooting them from here and contributing to the fight. Instead, you chose to make your team give up a potential advantage just to flank and get a high noon that you didn't need. Ongoing forward as the Orisa is going to feed again. This Orisa is not very smart, guys. I'm going to be real with you.
I'm guessing her team also told her to try and touch.
With this level of play, okay?
Unfortunate.
Really bad, as the gate is going to open up here in a second. You got a Bongo on the other side, a Flux on the other side, and a Cole on the other side. You're in a massive ultimate deficit.
So I didn't realize at the time that we were at a massive ultimate disadvantage, because I was so focused on just capping that one point, because it was last fight, it was overtime. So I didn't realize this going forward. The only thing that I was thinking was that we needed to push the payload as far as we could. I was calling out to my teammates to have 3 on payload as much as we could, and to try and push it as far forward as we could.
Is if you make some kind of big play on the flank, right? You should be rotating into castle, seeing if you can get a pick off before the fight, because if this fight starts normally, you're guaranteed to lose, right? You are guaranteed to lose. It's going to hurt your time make as your teammates both feed their brains out, as the Torbjorn is going to go low. They do pop the Bongo. The stun comes onto the brig. Right click gets nothing. The Flux is going to come
And I knew there was at least 3 of us in it, and we were going down.
Again, the only way you were going to win that fight is if you made something happen before it started, because there are fights in Overwatch where if you let it start normally, you lose. Your win conditions sometimes are before the fight even begins. You've got to set them up, as they are going to have.
So I did realize at this point that we were going to be coming up on an ult advantage coming forward. So I had asked the other tank, Voltaren, to switch to a shield because our Hammond was closer to his ult, and that we were going to be coming up on an ult advantage here soon. I actually didn't realize at the time that they had Reaper ult and Torb ult still available to them, but that they had used the other ones. So we were just trying to build ults and have the advantage going forward here. We were going to try and use Hammond ult here.
Which is going to be super hard. I would say the odds are against them at this point, mostly because of the decision making, as she is going to come around the corner. But this Orisa feeds. Dude, this Orisa does not have a monitor.
Yeah, that was lucky too.
He is dead at the start of literally
I rolled away from my team here. I rolled forwards. I shouldn't have done that. My instinct there was to just get out of Torb ult, and obviously all I saw was forwards and stuff. I wasn't gonna be rolling backwards, and we kind of died for it. So a lot of my team was in the Torb ult. I got both my healers and stuff. So again, this fight was definitely gonna be lost. They blew both.
Like, while all this is happening, if you're just running
which is good.
Shooting something, you're not actually contributing to the fight.
Yep.
Overwatch is a war of attrition sometimes, right? Where you constantly need to be doing something to get value. If you're spending half your time running around the map instead of shooting something, you're not playing properly, right? Your aim is good. Shoot more. It's literally that simple. Like, that sounds stupid, shoot more 5-head, but no. You need
It's
to stop
true.
flanking and start shooting.
It's true. It's called actions per minute, and one of my friends actually told me about it and everything. And it makes sense, 5-head, like he said, that the more you shoot, the more things are gonna die and stuff. So the more actions per minute that you can contribute to a fight, the more damage that's gonna be going out and stuff, and the more likelihood that you're gonna be winning. So it is really good advice for sure.
That's simple. You will climb a good amount of SR.
Yeah.
All you are doing is just not putting your number values into the game. You're not shooting stuff. You're not pressuring shields. If you think about doing that stuff more, you'll climb really easy. Your aim is not bad. We're coming into last fight territory here.
So we have 38 seconds left on the clock here. I know that we're at a massive ult advantage. I'm seeing this Torb straight ahead of me, and I'm seeing that he's really far away from his team. So then I try and move towards him here.
Again, you're kind of just running around, not contributing here. You're not
I didn't know where he was. I thought he was around that corner. I was confused why he wasn't around that corner. So then I was thinking in my head during this moment the advice that Sam gave me to take high ground and to control high ground. So here what I was thinking in this moment was, most likely there was going to be other people in this castle with me. I don't know where this Torb went. I thought that he went straight out the door here, and I thought that he was moving back towards his team to hold payload, if I'm quite honest with you. I didn't think he was going to be still in this castle, but I knew that I needed to try and control the high ground so I can also be closer to my team and stuff. Yes, it means my team's at a disadvantage because I'm also not focusing payload and pushing payload here. So in my mind, it was kind of like a risk versus reward type situation. And then I definitely got punished here because I just wasn't expecting the Torb to be up at the top. I thought he was going to go out the door. Especially the turret too.
You're just running around like a lost dog in the park.
Yeah.
Stay on the shield and shoot stuff. If you need to flank, do it before the fight to take positioning, okay? As the Rhine is going to get nanoed here, the Sarissa is dead again. Your team is
My Rhine popped off here. I saw the kill feed and I was so excited. I was hyping him up.
You need to win most of the fights of your own decision making, okay?
And so then now I was like, that didn't work. Payload's far forward. My team's doing great. I need to support them here. I'm calling out the Reaper's antied. Focus him. I have high noon available. I don't really have an angle from there. Try and shoot the brig. I should have right clicked. I see a shield and so I stand behind it and try and high noon. And we got lucky with it. Yeah.
Again, I just kind of want to highlight, it's this stuff that is holding you back right here. You are not being active enough in the fights. Literally just being on your team and shooting things more proactively. Your aim is good. You have the aim of like a gold or plat player, right? It's just the amount of actions you're making per minute are too slow. Like in all of this time, you could be rushing this brig and killing her. You could be shooting. You could be rotating to your team. You could be doing things faster, right?
I was trying to rotate to my team.
It was better, right? It was an improvement. But we still got a long way to go if we want to get you to like plat or diamond, say, because your aim is good.
Maybe one day.
Decision making and how often you're making decisions.
Yeah. True. Anyways, guys, that's also it for my video today. If you guys appreciated getting some insight into what I was thinking in during this game, and if you guys have any other tips that you think that Sam might have missed out on, please comment them down below. I would appreciate it. Subscribe as well if you haven't already, and leave a like. If you guys want to see more content like this, then be sure to comment it on both mine and Sam's video, and we'll try to make that happen going forward. Much love, guys. Appreciate you guys being here as always. Hope you guys have a great night, and even better day tomorrow. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!